Hello, people. Do you guys know that more than 90% people make mistakes with articles? That includes teachers as well. Do you know that? And that's true. Articles is a very basic yet very important topic in English. So, in this lesson, I'm gonna explain everything about articles. I mean, everything. You'll know what are articles, how many types of articles we have in English, when to use an article, when not to use an article. You'll learn everything about articles after this video. You'll be very comfortable, very confident with this topic. Make sure you watch it till the end. I'm excited. I know you guys are too. Let's do it. So guys, the very first thing you should know about articles is articles are one of the determiners that we have in English, right? If you do not know what a determiner is, watch my previous lesson on determiners, you will know. All right? So articles are of two types. These are indefinite articles and definite articles. A and N are indefinite articles and the is the only definite article. So we'll start with an indefinite article first. Now we'll understand the usages of indefinite articles, both A and N simultaneously. All right. Now the very first usage of an indefinite article is, we'll start with N first, alright? It is used before a word whose first letter gives a vowel sound. I'll repeat myself one more time. It is used before a word whose first letter gives a vowel sound. The very first letter of the word has to give the vowel sound. If that gives a vowel sound, you will use N before it. If not, you will use A before it. Right? And what are vowels in English? These are very simple: A, E, I, O, U. So we use N before a word whose first letter gives a vowel sound. A, E, I, O, U. We do not care about the letter, we care about the sound, right? If that gives a vowel sound, we will use N before it. If that does not give a vowel sound, if that gives a consonant sound, we will use A before it, right? So we got a couple of words before us. Apple, amazing person, intelligent lady, university, honest man, cat, dog. Now, look at the first word, apple. When I look at this word apple, the very first letter, A, which is a vowel, okay? But we do not care about the letter, we care about the sound, okay? When we pronounce it, apple, we get this sound, A, right? So it's a vowel, an apple, hence an apple. Second word, amazing person, A. The very first letter gives a vowel sound. Amazing, right? Vowel. An amazing person, an amazing lady. Third word, intelligent lady. A, intelligent. So the very first letter gives a vowel sound. E, intelligent lady, right? E, vowel. An intelligent lady. Let's look at the next word, university. When we look at this word, the first letter, U, is a vowel, right? But when we pronounce it, it does not give a vowel sound. It is pronounced as university, ya. And ya is not a vowel. So we'll say a university, not an university. Because the very first letter of this word does not give a vowel sound. We do not care about the letter, we care about the sound of the very first letter. Getting it? Okay. Next word, honest man. Starting with the letter H, which is not a vowel. But when I pronounce it, honest, I get this O sound, right? Which is a vowel, O, honest man. H is silent when I pronounce it. Hence, I need to use N before it. N, honest man. Next word, cat, C-A-T, cat. C is a consonant, okay? When I pronounce it, I get a consonant sound. Ka, a cat. Dog, da, a dog. Rat, ra, a rat. Right, so it's very simple. Now guys, this rule has to be followed even when you're dealing with acronyms. Let's take some examples like CA, MBA, LIC officer, CV. Now the same thing is gonna be applied with these examples, right? When I pronounce the word CA, I don't say ka, I say CA. A CA, my brother is a CA, okay? Sa, CA. Sa is not a vowel. Look at the second word, MBA. When I pronounce it, MBA, it gives a vowel sound. A, MBA, an MBA. He is doing an MBA course, okay? LIC officer, L, LIC officer, I'll use N before it. An LIC officer, right? CV. Do you have a CV with yourself? CV does not give a vowel sound. RCV. Do you have RCV with you? Right? So that's rule number one. Rule number two, which actually tells us why these are called indefinite articles. We use indefinite articles to generalize a noun. Let me give you some examples. I am going to buy a pen. Monu wants to marry a girl. Students are told to write an essay. Okay, so I'm going to buy a pen. A pen means any pen in the world. I am not making the meaning of the word pen specific. I am not referring to a specific pen. Okay, I am just gonna buy any pen. So I is making the meaning of the word pen generic, right? Look at the second example. Monu wants to marry a girl. Now, we do not know which girl he wants to marry. He just wants to marry a girl, right? Now, it generalizes the noun girl, any girl in the world. Next example, students are told to write an essay, any essay. It does not specify the word essay. It does not give any information about it. Okay, so that is how these generalize a noun, and that is why they're called indefinite article, because they do not define a noun, right? They do not make the meaning of a noun specific, and that is why they're called indefinite article. Rule number three, both are and n means one, right? Both are and n means one. So when we want to quantify a noun meaning one, we use are or n based on the very first letter, right? The sound that it gives. Okay, let me show you some examples. I have a car. It's raining outside. Do you have an umbrella? When I say I have a car, I mean I have one car, and I'm not referring to a particular car, right? I is generalizing the noun car, and it's also referring to a number which is one. I have one car, and that's not specific. I'm not specifying the car, right? You don't know which car I'm talking about. So it's doing both the things. It's quantifying the noun, right? And at the same time, it's generalizing it. Okay, it's raining outside. Do you have an umbrella? I am not asking for a specific umbrella. I'm just looking for an umbrella, right? One umbrella, an umbrella, one umbrella, that too, any type of umbrella. Okay, so that's how we use are and n. Now let us talk about exceptions. When do we not use articles? Number one, we do not use indefinite articles before plural nouns, right? Plural nouns, nouns that are more than one. How can you use an indefinite article before a plural noun? Because when you say a or n something, right, that to plural, it does not make any sense. If I say, do you have our books? Does it make any sense? It does not make any sense. When I say it means one. And at the same time, I say books. That means more than one book. It does not make any sense, right? I want an apples. Does it make any sense? No, not at all. I cannot use an indefinite article a or n before a plural noun. Not possible. Do not try this at home. Next rule, where we do not or cannot use indefinite articles, that is before proper nouns. Now, what are proper nouns? Nouns that are proper, that are specific, are called proper nouns. So we cannot use an indefinite article before a proper noun. I cannot say I love a Sachin Tendulkar, because Sachin Tendulkar is a proper noun, right? It's a specific person. So I cannot say I love a Sachin Tendulkar. That'd be very stupid of me to say that. I cannot say he's living in an India. That's crazy. It sounds crazy. Okay. Similarly, I cannot say Justin Bieber is my favorite singer. All these nouns, Sachin Tendulkar, India, Justin Bieber, and all the proper nouns. Noun names that are specific, that are proper, that have already been identified. We cannot use indefinite articles before them. Simple. I hope you can understand that. The next rule where we cannot use indefinite articles is before uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns, nouns that cannot be counted, right? I can't say a water, a love, a hate, a milk, right? Because I cannot count water. If I say, give me a water, I am wrong. I can't say that. I can say, give me a glass of water, because I can count a glass, not water, right? If I say, a love can change the world, what am I talking about? I am crazy. I can't say, I love. Love you cannot count. Love can change the world, but not our love can change the world. So avoid using indefinite articles before uncountable nouns. So that's about indefinite articles, right? What are indefinite articles? How do we use them? And when do we not use them? I hope this is very clear. Now let's move to the definite article, which is the. So guys, the definite article the has many usages. Rule number one, and which is the most common rule, and the reason why we use definite article the, is when the speaker and the listener both know what they're talking about, are already aware of the thing that the speaker is talking about. If that is the case, if the thing that they're talking about is already specific, is already known, we use the before that noun. So let's suppose yesterday was my birthday and today I am meeting you guys again, right? So I come to you and say, hey, thank you for the gift, I loved it. Now, which gift am I talking about? You might have given me a gift, right? And I'm talking about that gift. You are absolutely aware of it. And that's why I'm saying the gift. Because obviously I know about that gift. And I know that you also know about that gift. And that is why I am using the before it. Hey, thank you for the gift. I loved it. I know you know what I'm talking about. So when the speaker and the listener both know what they're talking about, we use the before the thing. Okay, because that is already specific, that is already identified. I'll give you one more example. We'll go for the movie today, I promise you. Now, which movie I'm talking about? You might have been asking me for a particular movie for a while and I have been denying it. So finally I'm saying we'll go for the movie today. I'm talking about the movie that you have been asking me to go and watch. So we already know what we're talking about, and that is why we're saying the movie. Okay, so this is rule number one. Rule number two, we use the to make a noun specific by giving necessary information about it, using an adjective clause after the noun to give necessary information about it. Let me give you an example. I want to date the girl that came to my party last night. Which girl? The girl that came to my party last night. Now, if I just say I want to date the girl, you do not know which girl I'm talking about, right? That's not specific. You might know it, you might not know it, right? I assume you do not know it. So, how would you know? I have to give necessary information to make the girl specific. And how do I do it? I use an adjective clause after the noun to make the noun specific. So, I say I want to date the girl that came to my party last night. The girl, which girl that came to my party last night? Now the noun has become specific. Next example, I want to see the gift that Ria has given you. Which gift I'm talking about? I'm talking about the gift that Ria has given you. I'm talking about a specific thing, a specific gift. Which gift? The gift that Ria has given you. So that's rule number two. Rule number three, when a noun is already introduced in a sentence and it comes again later, then it becomes specific, right? And when it becomes specific, obviously we have to use the before it, right? So look at the sentence. I bought a phone and a camera last night. Everyone loved the camera, but nobody liked the phone. I bought a phone because you do not know which phone I'm talking about. And a camera, you do not know which camera I'm talking about. No information given. But later on, I say everyone loved the camera. Which camera I'm talking about? I'm talking about the same camera that I bought last night. Everyone loved the camera, same camera that I bought last night, but nobody liked the phone. Which phone that I bought last night? Okay, so when a noun comes in the sentence for the first time, it is generalized, it is generic, right? But the same noun when comes later on in the same sentence or paragraph, it becomes specific, okay? And then you have to use the before it. Okay, let me give you one more example. I need a girl to date, but the girl should not call me all the time. I need a girl to date, any girl in the world to date, not a specific girl. But the girl, which girl? The girl that I'm talking about dating should not call me all the time. Rule number four. Sometimes we also use the definite article the before the thing that we assume to be the only existing thing in the situation or the place we are in. Okay? So let's suppose you come to my place, okay? So you've drunk a lot of water and you want to pee. So what do you say? You say, hey, where is the washroom? Where is the washroom? Now, why do you say the washroom? Because you assume there's gonna be only one washroom. You're not gonna go to any other person's washroom. You're gonna use my washroom. So you assume my washroom to be the only existing thing there. So you say, where is the washroom or where is your washroom? Okay, let's change the scenario. Let's suppose you want to cook something for me. Okay, I always cook something for you, and now you feel like I should cook something for Ashish, and I should go into the kitchen and cook something for Ashish. So you go, hey, I want to cook something for you, dude. I want to see the kitchen. Tell me where the kitchen is. The kitchen. Why? Because you're referring to the only kitchen, the kitchen that I cook in. So, in these situations where you assume something to be the only existing thing, you use the before it and make it specific. Okay? Rule number five, we also use the before superlative degree of adjectives. The best, the most beautiful, the prettiest, the most handsome. Okay? You're the best person. She's the most beautiful girl. She is the prettiest girl in my room. Why da before a superlative degree of adjective? Because a superlative degree of adjective refers to a particular noun, right? It makes the noun specific and hence we need to use da before it. Rule number six, before musical instruments, the guitar, the piano, the sitar, the harmonium. I love playing the guitar, not I love playing guitar. So we always use the before musical instruments. Simple, right? Next rule. The is used before an adjective to refer to a group of people that belong to a category. So the rich, the poor, the young, right? When I say the rich, I refer to the rich people. The poor, poor people. The young, young people. Look at this example. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Okay? So the rich means rich people are getting richer and the poor means poor people are getting poorer. Alright? So you can use the before an adjective and refer to a group of people. Okay? Next rule. We use the before the names of newspapers. The Hindustan Times, the New York Times, the Hindu, the Times of India. Alright? My brother reads the Hindu to enhance his vocabulary. The Hindu, the New York Times. Not New York Times or Hindu, the New York Times. Okay? The next rule is we use the before a clause that starts with the word only. Okay, we use the before a clause that starts with the word only. Let me show you some examples. You are the only person that I can die for. The only person I can die for. So this clause, only person I can die for, is starting with the word only. So we use the before it. The only thing I regret doing in life is not joining the army. The only thing. Before only we have this word the. The only thing I regret doing in life, that's a clause and it's starting with the word only. So I need to use the before it. Next rule, we also use the before time expressions like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but not in the night. We say at night, right? Because all these words morning, afternoon, evening refers to the daytime. And for night, we use at night, not in the night. Okay? So, for example, I'll call you in the morning tomorrow. In the morning, okay? But I can't say I'll call you in the night. I'll call you at night, okay? And these are some other words before which we use the. Last, next, past, present, future. If you live in the past, not working for the present, you are destroying the future. The past, the present, the future. Okay? Next rule. We also use the before things that are very unique or are sort of supernatural, right? Like the sun, the moon, the sky, the universe, the world, right? Look up the sky and see how beautiful the moon is looking today. Look up the sky, look up our sky, look up and sky. No, not the case. Look up the sky and see how beautiful our moon. No, the moon is looking today. People coming from nowhere have done great things in the world, right? So before all these words, we use the. And guys, these are some more usages of the word the. Pause the video here, look at all these usages, and then we'll move forward. So I hope you guys have gone through these usages as well. Now let us talk about the exceptions. Let's talk about when not to use the definite article the. Guys, knowing when not to use the definite article the is as important as knowing when to use it. Okay? So the very first thing with which we should not use the is before the names of people. Alright? So I can't say da Rahul, da Max, the Conor McGregor. I love the Max. The Conor McGregor is my favorite UFC fighter. I can't say that. I can't say da Max, the Conor McGregor. Because Max is a proper name, is an identified name. Conor McGregor is a proper name. I can't use da before it. So you cannot use da before a proper noun. Okay? Before a name of a person. But guys, there is an exception to this rule. Which is when you want to refer to an entire family, you can use the before the name of that family. Alright? So you can say the Sharmas are coming for dinner tonight. The Sharmas. Sharmas refer to a particular family. And when I use that, I know that you know which Sharmas I'm talking about. If I know that you do not know which Sharmas I'm talking about, I would not use the here. Okay? But when I know that you know what I'm talking about, you are aware of that family, I can use that. So one more example would be we visited the Browns last month. They are very humble people. The Browns. I'm talking about a particular family where everybody is a Brown. Chris Brown, Max Brown, James Brown. Okay, everybody's Brown. So I'm referring to a particular family. Rule number 2. We do not use the before the names of countries, cities or areas or proper names. It is actually similar to the rule number 1. These are also proper names, right? So I can't say da India, I can't say da China, I can't say da Germany, I live in da India. We import toys from da China. Not possible. You cannot say that, right? But guys, there is an exception. With some countries, we can use da before them. And here is the list of these countries. You can say the United States. You can say the Philippines, the Netherlands, right? So these are the countries that you should remember, right? And before these countries, we use the. We do use the, okay? Next rule. We do not use the before the names of languages. So I can't say the English is the most spoken language in the world. Can't say that. English is the second most spoken language in the world, not the English. I can't say I love speaking the Hindi. I love speaking Hindi. Okay? So we cannot use da before the names of languages. Next rule. Da cannot be used before the names of meals, right? Da dinner, da breakfast, da lunch. We don't say that, right? I'm having breakfast. I'm gonna have dinner. I am having lunch, right? You don't say I'm having the breakfast, I'm having the lunch, I'm having the dinner, okay? And we also don't use da before the names of days and months. So da Sunday, da Monday, no, because Sunday is a proper name, right? It's a proper day. January is a proper month, so you cannot use da Sunday, da Monday, da January, da February, right? Not possible. Simply avoid using da before proper nouns. So I hope you understand the difference between I have a book, I have the book, right? It's all about the context. It's all about what you want to say. If I say I have a book, I'm simply talking about a book. If I say I have the book, I know you know which book I'm talking about. And if I know that you don't know which book I'm talking about, I will use an adjective clause after the noun to specify it. I'll say I have the book that you gave me last night. Okay? So that's about today's lesson, guys. That's about articles. I hope now you're feeling more confident about this topic, right? And if you are, that's amazing. That's all I want, right? Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, do ask me your question in the comment section below. Share this video with your friends so that they can also learn something. And I'll see you very soon with a new topic. Till then, keep learning. Have fun.